Big back streets with coach shit. We getting the lens ready. We tapping in with the people on live. I appreciate them, man. Look who's in the motherfucking front of the camera, man. My boy, man. I ain't tapped in with him in a minute, man. But y'all know Woo.
Man, y'all know what's going on.
I always love, man, my brother from another, man. Big back street alumni shit. That been on my platform now. I don't even know. I done lost count, man. But shit, let everybody know who he is, where you from, what you got.
Who he is, man. It's OYM AMJ WOO. That's OYM AMJ WOO, man. Y'all know what's happening, man. Big ties in the building, man. Big OYM shit. Y'all know how we sticking. Y'all know how we coming, man.
Nah, for real.
You know, big Northside shit.
Hey.
King.
Hey.
You know, the dead end of T-Will.
I feel that.
You know, say, it's good. Back we go.
It's good, man.
Oh, man.
How have you been?
Shit.
How have you been since we last talked?
Been, man. This prolonged. But for the most part, man, I've been doing good. You know, I've been driving. I've been over the road.
Okay.
You know, I've been lucky to, you know, it's 22 states that's legal in America for that cannabis. So, you know, I done shopped about 17 of them joints.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to experience some stuff, and like I say, you know, get on the road and just have a peace of mind. So that was always cool.
Nah, for
And
real.
then, you know, these things happen. So,
Man, these things, man, I see the monitor, man, the streets can see it, but they can't see it, man. But for the people that don't know, man, go back to the beginning. I'm at 10K now. God is awesome. So we got new followers and shit, man. How the fuck did you get your start in music, bro? Don't do that.
ooh. Okay.
Childish.
You don't know, man. I did 9 years. I did 8.5 years day for day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For robbery, I was on probation for robbery, and then I caught a burglary case where, you know, my homeboy got shot. I watched the law shoot my partner.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all go back and check our interviews out, you know, from 2018, 2019, 20, you know, me and Cole been rocking for a nice little minute. So y'all will be able to catch up and fill in on some of the, you know, some of the stories. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I watched the law shoot my partner. After that, I went to jail for 8.5 years on a 9-year sentence, day for day.
Mm-hmm.
I got out on the monitor, you know, cut my monitor off after a month. Went back to jail for another 4 or 5 months, and then, you know, that was the end of my 9-year sentence. But ever since then, man, I had a dream and a focus, and I've been on it, from Juggernaut Apparel to Juggernaut Transportation, Footprints, Print and Press Company, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, anything to make sure the money comes to the pocket. You know, we trying to get to it.
That entrepreneur mind frame, does that come from being locked down 8 years, or you just was born with this shit?
For the most part, you know, I was always, I guess you could say, intelligent enough to do things. Whatever I wanted to, I could kind of like, whatever I put my mind to, I could kind of like foot with it real good. But when they take everything from you and you don't got nothing, when you really don't have nothing, and you really wish that you had a second chance, and you really stand on that shit, you get out here and you move a lot different. Because you remember being in them places where all you was begging for at the end of the night was a second chance to get out there and, you know what I'm saying, get it the right way, or, you know, move different, or however it may be.
Backstreet shit, man. Veering off topic early on, man, your thoughts, Will Smith, Jada, the slap, Chris Rock, would you do that behind your wife? Slap the shit out somebody publicly?
I'm not defending my wife when she disrespects me publicly.
What you mean by that?
If you can't, regardless of what we may go through,
okay,
if you can't respect me publicly, then I'm not gonna protect you publicly.
But y'all a union.
That ain't got nothing to do with the price. If you can't respect me publicly, even though we are together, if you can't respect me publicly, I'm your protector. You don't run around just slapping the shit out your dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't just take your gun and throw it against the wall.
Right.
Shit, if I'm your protector when a nigga get out of line and you want me to defend you, that means, if nothing else in public, I ain't got nothing to say. Or I ain't finna say no bull. I ain't got this young nigga, like, come on, bro. You got a young nigga making a video and songs about your business. Come on.
Backstreets with cold shit, man. Backstreets with cold shit, man. So she basically embarrassing her husband.
Facts.
Man, it's a slippery slope out here, man. Big back street shit, man. We got my homie, man. You spoke of the clothing line when you introduced yourself, man. But what's the latest with it, man? Because you was dropping that shit back to back, had the press. Man, what's going on with the brand?
Man, I really put it on pause because I've been, making preparations for, what I'm saying, the music to drop. Finishing up on the last little bits of the music of, the mixtape Built Different, y'all, that's gonna drop soon. Y'all can go check out that Pressure. That's a single that's already dropped on all mainstreaming platforms. That's Pressure, Pressure. Y'all go check that out. It's up.
Big bass street shit.
AMJ WOO on all platforms, but Built Different coming soon. So, I'm just like, okay, cool. I gotta hold off on this clothing real quick. I gotta get out here on this truck, get in this 18-wheeler, make this money like I need to make it so I can present it to y'all like I need to be able to present it to y'all, not just half-ass. So that's how I just kind of like slow down on the print press and focused on getting the money so I can make sure I'm investing in it when I give it to y'all. And they don't do the computers shut down and the system shut down. They had to release all these people because they didn't have a charge on them, and they couldn't reprint them on stuff that they didn't have charges on originally. So within 72 hours, they had to let all these people go. So now you got all these judges doing all this weird stuff. Why are you putting? I've been a truck driver since before I caught these cases. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been a truck driver since before I caught these cases. You the one gave me the bond. Why would you raise it? That don't make sense.
Man, are you fearful? You think you're gonna go back, or it's just like water on the bridge? You gonna continue to fight?
Whatever did they want to do? I ain't got no new cases, no nothing. But you could just say I want to raise this bond, and that's Texas law. This is law.
Yeah.
And she can do it just because of based off of what I make. She can raise it. But why would you do that? Just because you could do it? Just because they on y'all ass, you got to get on everybody else like shit rolls downhill?
Back streets with coach shit, man. How are you preparing for court? Like, you think it's gonna keep getting reset, or you just it's in the automatic?
Man, I'm just praying I don't go to jail when I go to court again. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. You breaking me. You telling me I'm on an ankle bottom. You telling me I can't go nowhere. I'm restricted. Like, God dang.
What made them say, fuck you gotta get on the ankle months?
I don't know.
You gonna fight it to the end?
I'm gonna fight it to the end.
I feel that backstreet shit, man. What's something you'll tell a youth, man, that's just in a similar situation, or that's just going down the path of the system and the laws and shit like that?
Man, you gotta understand that your background will put you in a situation that it's so hard to get out of. You'll have to buy lawyers, you'll have to spend money, and if you don't got that money, you gotta make sure that when you get that record, that you ready to live with that record, bro. Cause it don't take nothing but one situation for them to feel like you had something to do with anything, and they'll put you so far in the motherfucking hole so fast. If you broke and you can't fight for yourself, you'll go to jail. Real spill.
Man, and you asked, or you had wrote, but what was the worst and best thing that happened to you just being locked up?
Well, the worst thing about being locked up was it took that little bit of, remember when you were growing up, like you share with people, you know what I'm saying? Like you be nice to people, like you kind of you grow up with that friendly nature, you know what I'm saying? So then when you get in the streets, you go through certain shit, you know what I'm saying? But then when you get in that penitentiary snatched all the last little
boy,
that snatched all that
like,
shit right on. It's time to get right, baby. It's time to get itchy. It's time to get right for a nigga get left for real.
Oh God,
God, up in this whole nigga.
Who really?
It's time to get right. And the boy shit dead.
Do you regret anything, or you just had to go through that to get to where you at?
No.
Going to prison, making choices and shit.
I think going to jail saved me from getting myself killed.
Okay.
I was doing too much. Or getting myself a life sentence. I was doing too much, man.
Doing too much. Okay.
Doing way too much at the time. So I'm just like, I'm cool with that 9. Fuck it.
You took that 9. Did they offer you more time, or it was?
Yeah, dog, that's what the judge gave me. I had to try by judge. She gave me that.
I feel that. At this point in your career, man, the music is the focal point. What made you say I'm finna lock down and just finally focus on the music and drop some shit?
Appreciate it. Man, because I've been holding on, I've been really waiting where I can get back on the road and I can increase that income so I can push it like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I already had went past the process of just being out in the club. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I'm showing my face, now I'm being seen. You know what I'm saying? I got that part out the way. So now I done got my music to where I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm feeling my sound to where I can push this. Now let's pay for the right engineers. Now let's go record in the right places. Now let's do it the right way, just with a little bit more money. Cause you know, you can do it however you want to do it. I'm just not gonna do it no any kind of way.
You never do. You never do. Big Bag Streets with Coach shit, man. Some